All right, excuse me. I'm just looking at the file and just gonna kind of record what I see. Okay, so I guess this is the original. All right, that's good. And then this is your modified one. It's not bad. Yeah, I mean some things have to be cleaned up, but yeah. Okay. Let me just count how many faces. So one, and then I'm gonna hold shift, and the one next to it I'm gonna double click to get the entire loop. This tells me 18 faces, and on yours, holding shift, double click, 17 faces, and 17. Let me just double check here to here. It's 9. Here to here. 9. So from what I remember, I had made it 18 because I wanted to make it so that bottom half, excuse me, bottom half is half, and the other top half is also half, meaning numerically. So this control 1 is the bottom half of the ellipse, 9, and the upper half of the ellipse, control 1, is also 9, so that's half and half. Reason why it's important is that it should be able to, when you want the eyes to blink, that if it's half and half split evenly, it should be able to blink more, not realistically, but well, you could kind of say realistically or more mechanically correct, because when you split a circle in half and you fold it, it's kind of like that. But this is more of a ellipse with the half where it bends, like around here, right? Because it's stylistic, so it's not like a real human eye. So there's gotta give some leeway in terms of how it mechanically functions, blinking, right? So if I go like here and here, and maybe if I press B as in Bob, B as in Bob for the soft selection, and then make it like 0.5, or I can't see well. Default material, maybe 0.1. So like to make the eyelid close. Okay, so press D as in David, move the pivot point back. Press E as in Edward, so it bends like this. Excuse me, just woke up. So, like this, and then maybe like that a bit, and I'm just doing really rough, and like that, and then maybe grab here, and then to like here, and then here and here, up to here, and then try to press D as in David, move the pivot point up over here, and then showing the example, just really rough. Press E as in Edward, then kind of close a bit, and then kind of Control Shift right click, world, and kind of close it a bit. You know what I mean? See, this is what I mean by this is super duper rough, but yeah. Obviously gotta do that and add another loop here afterwards, because it would need to kind of like how I talked about in the past, how things bend like a accordion, but the accordion can only bend so much depending on how many segmented lines it has, meaning the accordion, right? So this is what I mean by, yeah. And then you grab this and you could kind of tuck that in a bit. So I'm gonna undo this now, just so I can kind of show the mechanics behind it and the reason why certain numbers and stuff. Alright, so we're back to baseline. So that's what I'm kind of talking about, where, like I said, 18 and shading, turn off default so I can see color, versus one second. So probably one more would be best to put one more loop, and it'll also help prevent stretching down the line later on. It's weird how all of these come together eventually, where you know, the amount of loops versus here, and versus here. Some of it is luck, in a way that that they all come together, right? The real pros that are only does this, they have everything locked down already in terms of how many loops they need to balance out each other for each orifice, like the eye socket, mouth socket, nose area. They all have everything instinctively down, right? So, but for like regular people that has, you know, decent amount of experience, some of it will come down to a bit of luck. Some of it, like, I'm not a pro, right? I just know just enough to a decent amount to make something kind of satisfying. Anyway, I had to ramble about that because other instructors, they will talk about that too. Okay, so anyway, let me lock this out. Wait, layers, remove, select, delete unused layers. See, layers, delete unused layers. Clear that out. Grab the, what is this? Grab this. Okay, good. So I don't grab it. I just delete history. Okay, that's good. Other thing too, I want to grab the image plane. I want to reduce the strength of it. It's just too bright. The white color is too bright and it burns my eyeballs. Alright. Side profile, Control A, reduce the color gain. this for a bit. Well, the first thing is to just touch up the mesh to make it. I should start giving some colors. Okay, good. Also to turn on super sampling, make the lines thicker. Do that. So I can just read things better. There we go. There, I saw one thing right there. See, this thing's pulling back, whereas here is not pulling back. See, this stretch of muscle, this loop of polygons, or I'd say this loop of muscle. See how it stops here? But this one pulls back a lot. So this needs to be pulled back, and then this needs to be pulled a bit. Only because stretching it like this, like forcing it, it creates it creates stretching and skewing like this. All of these have to be adjusted, because they're like a domino effect, that you move one line, the others next to it has to be also balanced out, because it allows the mesh to be to behave more normal when they're balanced out nicely. It's one of those things where the cleanup work is super necessary, because if not, then everything else is kind of mumbo jumbled, and kind of the lines become floppy, and the surface curvature is kind of wobbly too. So that's why doing these touch-up works is actually really important, ultra important, like first and foremost. Maybe I'll just kind of pull it out a bit like that. So I made the line straight and clean. This one too. But carefully, making sure nothing else is selected. Press R. Straight and clean. Pull it back a bit. See how much it already starts to help out a bit? See? The eyes see this, and the eyes visually kind of starts to feel more relieved that lines aren't going chaotic. No offense to you. When I say eyes, meaning that the artist that is trying to make the work, it's just one less thing to think about, basically is what I'm saying. See, just a little cleanup here and here, like so. It's tedious and can get grunt work and really annoying, but ultra necessary. This is not what I think, it's what other artists have said as well. It's just like in drawing, how you don't leave the schematic lines, you don't leave it there forever. You start drawing over it and refining it more and more. It's kind of like that. Like over here, grab these, straighten it. See? Maybe grab this face, straighten it. Grab that face, straighten it. And then go edge mode. Maybe just kind of plump, plump, plump. See what I mean? That's why the cleanup process, like I said, like a broken record, that should be done. I mean, I see some of it going on, right? So let me give the volume back. And you see how the head, it's stretching, and this is pulling back. See how it's pulling back while this wants to come forward, right? While this is pulling back, so it's kind of fighting each other. The reason why that's happening is that it needs an additional loop. Hence the reason why I start adding color. So I know what is stretching out, what is missing additional border lines. The blue one. See, you can tell it's pulling where this one is not. See, they're like I said, they're train tracks that's topology and it loops back into itself, right? But also what's important is that you have to think of it as though these are um, border lines, you know, border lines that separate different structures. Like it separates different anatomical structures. Oops. Like this one here. See, this cannot stretch past. This cannot stretch past a certain area. Like this is pulling back too much. It has to pull over here, only up to here. And you see how mine is up to here. So this signifies the side wall of the eye socket. See, when I say the side wall, the eye socket, like here, if you could imagine an eye socket on the side profile. I don't have a human skull, but this is basically what it is. See, you have to think of it as structures, structural mass, right? So again, this one here, grab this and this. Maybe I'll just pull it a bit. Then I'll grab this in edge mode, maybe just kind of pull a bit. And then this one, maybe I'll just pull forward a bit, turn the camera, pull it in a bit, grab this, kind of pull it in, and then this wall here is kind of loppy or wobbly, so just kind of have to try to balance it out like this. There's no exact science to it, just visually trying to make it visually look more balanced, you could say, or a sense of harmony. So like that, like that. This is just a tedious grunt work, but it's absolutely needed. Yeah, back over here, pull on it, pull on it. See, we're losing the structural mass. Let me look over here. See how fast it pulls away. Gotta pull it back up. And then grab this and this, pull on it, grab this. Like this already, see what's happening? This wants to go jacking up this way, right? Whereas this needs to wrap around. Hence the yellow color. See the yellow color? The yellow outer bounds is where the eye socket transitions into the side walls of the cranium. See how it transitions? These are transitional markers from the eye socket, like the eye socket, eyelid. This is the eyelid territory, eye socket territory, and then the yellow part becomes the side walls of the cranium territory. If you think of it as districts, you know, like different districts in the state. You know, it sounds stupid, but I'm just saying what I'm saying. I pull on that a bit. So let's say this happens, right? And then see how the yellow part, see how it's missing, side wall. So first thing I want to do is I'm not gonna add an edge loop. I'm gonna force the loop to connect. So shift right click, multi cut, and then I'm gonna go, I don't know, something like I'm gonna click and snap, click and snap, like that. And then shift right click, multi cut, click and snap, click and snap, click and snap, click and snap, click and snap. For the best outcome, I highly recommend speaking out loud, saying click and snap, and then this, and this, and this. Shift right click, merge vertices to center, boom. See? And then even though all this stuff happens, I don't care. I'm just gonna go double click the edge, shift right click, delete. Or if that's too destructive, right? Maybe I'll just grab this and just backspace, right? That's what I mean by it. Don't be afraid to just take away stuff. Backspace will leave behind these vertices, right? And most of the time these have to be deleted, but when the work is work in progress, I like to leave them because it helps to maintain the structure, but it still gets rid of lines that get in the way of me modeling. So I like to just leave it there as a placeholder temporarily, at least, rather than, you know, select it and then shift right click, delete edge. That wipes out everything. See what I mean? So now I'm getting this baseline, but the problem is that it's doing this, right? See how chaotic it looks, right? So before I even do anything else, I need to prep it. Maybe I'll grab this, or maybe I'll grab like this edge, control shift, holding control shift and just slide. I slide it because it still maintains the structure to whatever extent. See, this is getting too close, too tight, right? Grab this, slide it, grab this, slide it. Vertex mode, slide it. And I'm gonna put more of these up here. Oh, what the hell is that? See, it does weird things. Control shift right click. Maybe if I change it to component mode and then slide it. Maybe I need to just grab it and just slide it. Reason why I'm pulling it up here, that's a crease area, meaning that when I say crease area, control shift right click, object mode, this is where it bends like a hinge, like a door hinge. That's why you put a little bit more edge loops here, or concentrate a little bit more here because of it bending, like how I talked about here, where it bends. And it frees up more space to add that additional one last edge loop to make it 18. 9 on the top, 9 on the bottom. And then these have to follow up, follow up, follow up. See how it's already coming together? And here, this one, these two also control shift and then left mouse to drag it up like that. Because like I said, to think of it as a accordion, right? Pull it up and see how it cleans up super nicely. And then here, I noticed that the surface mass is kind of, well, it's okay for now, this area. Just trying to make sure there's enough surface area. So far it's okay. Maybe I just push it in a bit, maybe I'll pull that up a bit. And this is not sliding, it's just push and pulling. Oof. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Just going like that. Eye socket. This needs to pull up a bit. See how it's stretching. Control shift, slide. Control shift, slide, slide, slide. Oof. Like that. Like that. Look from the top. Always good to look at different angles. The camera it has a purpose to serve as a bit of a modeling tool itself, the camera, because your eyes dictate what to push and pull, and what helps your eyes to dictate what to push and pull is how and where your camera's positioned to help you see what areas are losing structural mass. gonna stretch. See how it's stretching? When you add that additional edge loop, that'll help prevent forced stretching. See, it's missing, it feels like it's missing a loop. See, I had put this down as well, like this, like intentionally straight like this, because of the drawing. See, it's implied. If anything, it's implied. Because the eyebrow in the world of 3D land, the eyebrow or the underlining skeletal structure dictates a lot of these strong lines. Because right now it's emphasized by using the eyelashes, but underneath the eyelashes, the structural framework of the skull is what creates that, that look. Because it's the skull that makes everything shape. See, I'm just taking visual cues. All right. And let me color some of this. It's gonna help me see better. See? See how we lost it? The yellow. Also, this loops around into the mouth is absolutely critical. It's crazy like that, but these are some of the hidden nuances, but it's evident in most of the really good character modeling. I see it not all the time, but pretty much all the time. It loops back into the mouth, especially like the lower portion. Upper portion is slightly different. Lower portion for sure it loops back here, because if not, the line's gonna go this way, this way, this way, like a 5 parallel lines running across, and that ruins the model. Whereas if you loop it back in, it consolidates lines and vertices, so you don't have to put more and more and more and more and more to drive you insane. Anyway, this here, grab this, pull this, I can pull, clean up and pull, clean up and pull. See what's happening? Now this is irking the shit out of me. Backspace it. Don't even worry about it. Just backspace. These vertices can stay for now. Then shift right click, multi-cut, click and snap, click and snap. See what's happening? I just assign the color each time, because the colors help out so much. Like, you'd be crazy, not you, but a person would be crazy not to use color strips. There's no way to visualize it. See, this is where that additional edge loop is gonna come in super handy around the eye socket. So let me see, 1. See here versus here. Let me turn off the never mind. Okay, so there's one here and here. So I'm gonna grab this, grab that, Control Shift, slide it up. Then one more here. So this one. Okay. This one goes across this way, the nose. Which it does here. Grab that, Control Shift, slide it up. Grab this, slide it up. Slide using that then. right? You have to think. You have to kind of imagine thinking about the imaginary skull structure of this character, because it's imagination in terms of thinking how the skull structure would look like for a you know, non-realistic character's anatomy. Because in cartoon land, it's not as strict, but in 3D land, it's ultra strict, and you have to be clever about how to show the cartoon variation in a 3D way. Like this one's missing the eyebrow ridge mass, the little important strip, like going across like this. Because this is the outer silhouette. See the silhouette? The contour line drawing, outer edge. This is that. And it has to be maintained. See? That's why these were all cleaned up super nicely. Also the top. See? And that holds everything together. Like this line is ultra important. Anyway. I should have brought this up a little bit higher, like this. This one, 1, 2. Slide it up. Grab this, slide it up. And grab that, slide it up. Grab this and this. Just scoot it forward a bit to get the eyebrow or the eye socket ridge. Try to make everything balanced out. See? Grab this, double click, hold Control Shift, slide it up. Grab this and this, Control Shift, slide it up. So it gets kind of tight and congested over here, and then from there the lines start to get a little bit more and more loosened up, because it's spreading away from the point of bending or deformation. So it loosens up, gets tight, looser, 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 and more looser until it comes around here. Then it also starts to get tighter and tighter and tighter at the corners, where it's gonna bend and fold. And then from the top, the tear duct here is closer up here, and the tear duct here is further back, which is good. And then this to this, maybe I'll just slide it up a bit more. The lines are more working together as a set. This part's getting tight. I want to loosen it up a bit because I don't want to cause ridging, like tight ridging, like here. See, it's already coming along. This one here, same thing. Maybe this is stretching. Yeah, right here is stretching like hell. Let's count how many faces. Unlock this. 1, boom, boom. How many is that? 12. 12. And this to this. 6. This to this. 6. See? So it can bend easily. If you look at it as just strips, right? Control 1. To grab it as strips, you know, it's Control 1. Put like here, here as this pivot point. Right? See? mouth kind of closes a bit, like that. I don't mind this craziness here, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's 6 and 6, 12. This one here, 11. So it needs that extra loop because it's gonna help fill in this area here. See how it needs to stretch, and that extra one here is gonna help up here. That's what I mean, but they all interconnect. So if I need to make probably one about, if I grab this and just sometimes when the sliding is misbehaving, like let's see if I can't make it go down this way, I do Control Shift, right? I hold Control Shift, and when, like I said, if it's not behaving like doing this, like this is good, but if it wasn't, I'll hold Control Shift and I will kind of get into the box until it activates saying slide. See how it changes and slide. You can just slide like that. If the up, down, left, right arrows are misbehaving, slide. And again, this mouth area, Control Shift slide, is important because it acts as a door hinge. So that's why I'm kind of making it tighter around that area. And see what's happening. See how I pull back all these neighboring vertices because they have to be pulled back because they're all eventually going to be correlated. Slide. And then when I do that, up until the very end, I clean things up. It's just the way it has to be because it pays off in the end. And I also still think about the cheekbone structure. See? This, I gotta pull it out a bit, pull this out a bit. Maybe kind of pull that in a bit. It all helps to kind of align it like that. Even here, whatever I see, I can work on a bit. Because it all comes back together anyway. They're all interconnected. See? It's cleaning up. But see how stretching like super crazy. So I have to think of a way to make it so that they're all working together in harmony. Maybe I can also do Control Shift right click, transform constraints, surface slide instead of edge, there's surface. What that does is it remembers how the surface looks like, and you just grab it and you just kind of chuck it around like that, and it will conform to that surface instead of pushing, pulling left, right, up and down where it pokes out or pokes in, right? Control Shift right click and then turn it off, and then I can kind of pull it out a bit. Anyway, so what I'm showing is that basically like here, and maybe I'll just slide this a bit, I'm prepping it to, because I want to dump an edge loop maybe here somewhere, or maybe here, maybe over here. Damn. Slide. 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 See how it goes up. This pass, yeah, see, this one's wanting to move up. See? And then now you grab this, you move also that up. I'll grab this one, I'm just gonna chuck it here for a bit. Maybe I'll just pull it out a bit. This one, slide, grab this, slide, slide, grab this, Control Shift, or press R, Control Shift, and I can slide to make it scaled and squished, but in a nice angle. See, you could use the slide tool to scale in certain objects, or I mean scale in certain edges. Control Shift Slide and just smash it down like that. It balances it out like that. Control Shift, press R for the slide tool. Control Shift, smash it flat while maintaining that angle. Because if not, it would just be a straight line instead of an angled scale. Anyway, Control Shift Slide, Control Shift Slide a bit. Grab this edge, Control Shift Slide. Maybe it won't work. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes. Anyway, this grunt work has to be done. This grunt work. Good. Then I'm just basically all that stuff is just to make room. Probably here then. Maybe I'll make this and this. Control Shift, right click, surface slide. So I grab both of those vertices to slide it up. See, it won't destroy the mesh because it's sliding on the mesh. I'm still in slide mode on surface slide, so I just grab and I just slide it along the surface, and it moves it around non-destructively. So I changed my mind. I made it close here, but I'm gonna grab this, this, and this. I'm just gonna slide. I'm gonna press R for rotate, and I'm gonna change this like that. And sliding on the surface, see? Anyway, all that grunt work, slide. Now I'm sliding on the surface, but this time I don't want it to just slide anywhere on the surface. Control Shift right click. Object mode. I want to turn off the slide off. Now I just want to just slide along the edge instead, not on the surface. They're similar but different. I'm gonna pull this back. So all that hard work is just to do this. Insert edge loop, dump one right here, like that. See? Then this is gonna help soften up this area. Control Shift. It's being stubborn. See what it's doing? It's being super stubborn right now. Stupid shit. Come on. Fine. Just pull on it. And then pull. Slide it. Slide it. Slide. 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 Here's how stretching, which isn't good. Slide. Slide. This one's being a real prick. There. Slide. Slide on the edge. Slide. See, the neighboring vertices, they all have to conform and adjust. If they're left here like this, it's gonna destroy the model because it just causes squishing and crushing around the neighboring vertices. Slide. Slide. Slide it back. Like this, I'll slide it forward a bit. Don't want to cause it too tight. It's going to cause that wrinkling stuff. Here, I just got to balance it out. Maybe I'll grab here to here. Slide. This thing is acting up again. slide, 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 slide. See? Slowly but surely. Now this I'll just pull a bit. I know it's gonna be nasty, so I'm just bracing for it. See? See what's happening? It's looking horrible is what I'm saying, right? I'm already used to it. Yeah, but this kind of looks nice. But it's not your character though. So I'm going to not let it do its own thing. I gotta stick to the character design. Anyway, slide. This needs to slide this way. This needs to slide down a bit. Slide down a bit. And even though I pushed it up, it's okay. If I need to slide it down, I'll do it, you know? Like that. Because it's gonna balance out regardless. Or needs to balance out regardless. This part is losing its cheekbone mass. It's losing its cheekbone mass because it probably needs another loop. Which, as a matter of fact, here, boom. See? Then boom. Boom. I'm gonna pull these back just to give it room. Slide. See? Slide. I don't care about this. I just ignore it. Slide. Slide. Just to make room. Slide this forward. Slide. See? I don't know if you can tell, but it's coming this way. And this one's gonna come this way. And this comes this way. See how it's gonna come back? It's weird like that. It wants to come back into the mouth is what I'm saying. Like the structure of the face, it wants to come back. It's really weird like that. Like it's almost purposeful. Like it wants to come back home. Up, 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 up. So obviously it looks different, but it will fit into place, meaning that I grab this, slide, and then I grab this, slide, 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 slide. I'm just gonna match it up, slide, slide. Slide, there you go. Slide, this is why the slide tool is essential. See, you can move things without destroying the mesh. Because all they're doing is just sliding along the surface that it was made from. See? Okay. Slide it. Slide, there you go. Slide, and then slide. It's gonna ease it up real nicely. The nose has its own little quadrant system or system of certain areas, but this nose is slightly or moderately different because it's cartoon stylized, but it still follows the same rules about the topology and different quadrants and sections, even though this is cartoon land anatomy. There's specific rules that is universally followed. See what's happening? It all start to blend in nicely. This is like a mouse muzzle, right? Its own territory. Lips, its own territory, color-coded territory for lips. The transition between the mouth muzzle versus the cheekbone is also very specialized too. These aren't my words, right? These are what I've learned watching a lot of tutorials and just my own experience, that many different artists convey the same message. See? I like that nose. It's better than this one. It's a cute nose. see the mesh? Is the camera blocking? No, the camera's not even blocking. Why can't I see? Oh, because it's inside out. This one I'll just make it. I'll make it turn off backface color. Yeah. Well, that doesn't really help either. Back on. Right, so this is blocking my line of sight. I'm gonna unlock it and this one, the rotation's a little bit off, unless that was done on purpose. Set it to world, control shift right click, set it to world. There. I want to see it this side, this way, because I can see the shading. Viewing from the right side, I cannot see the shading. So I'm going to push it back like that. Set it back to reference. There. Control shift right click. Surface slide. Slide it up. Slide it up. Slide it up. This is surface sliding. Surface sliding, not edge surface. This will probably wreck the model a little bit, but whatever. Okay, not too bad. Grab this, slide, grab this, control shift right click, turn off the surface slide. Push and pull. Push. Just pushing it down, pushing it this way so it doesn't skew. Have to prevent it from skewing. Control shift slide. Let go. Just regular push up so I get the little, character look. Slide, just pull maybe a bit, slide and pull depending, slide, pull, just to prevent some skewing, pull, R, straighten it, slide and pull, slide, it's the eye socket area, pull. See? This part's losing its mask, but that's gonna be cleaned up. Anyway, turn this back on. Then now the red stuff, see? Let's see how that's doing. I wonder if it's gonna align. Almost. This is actually green. So I'll get this to here. Green. See? Then this has to be red. Uh-oh. Ah, fuck it, whatever. Red. Okay, a little bit of an issue. I have to work with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'll change this color too then. Uh-oh. Yellow. I've seen this before. think I shot myself in the foot. I thought this was good to put that extra loop here. But now it's fighting with me. I'm missing a loop. So the green one wraps around to here. Maybe what I'll do is, right, here we go. See, we're missing something here. Grab this, slide, and pull. Yeah, see? Okay, now this is good then. The chin area, this needs to be closer. Well, yeah, up to here maybe. Yeah. This needs to be closer to here. Seven. Six. Seven. Okay, kind of screwed up, I think. Meh. Should I merge this? But that's the work that I did. One, two, three, four, five, six. That's six. But then now I'm gonna end up undoing what I just made. This is where the nightmare begins. Fuck. I cannot have more. I could. 7, 7, that's 14. I'm gonna undo that. I really don't want to go down another rabbit hole. Let me just clean this up. If I clean things up, eventually it'll find its path. Maybe slightly modified. Slide. 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 Yeah, I think I know what's happening. Slide. 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 And this is going to slide down. That way you still get that 6. Slide. 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 Yeah. I'm gonna just move the sliding down. Slide. Slide. You just need to slide down. Slide. Yeah, because chin area needs more lines. Slide. So instead of deleting and stuff, I'm just scooting it down. Because it's going to help define the lower chin area anyway. Yeah. Good. Slide. Slide. One, two, three, four, five. Yep, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So how many is that? 12 faces. This 12 faces. Nice. It did level out. Nice. Yep. Slide. Control Shift slide. Pull on that small box to slide it. It's being stubborn. Slide it like that. Slide. Slide. See? This one, for sure, you know, it lost a lot of volume, but it's okay. I'm gonna rebuild it. And how many is this? Boom. Baba. 14. How many is this? 15. See, that one extra makes a massive difference because it helps to prevent stretching. But then at the same time, can't put overly too much either. So how much was that? 15. This was 14. So it's probably gonna be, well, I cannot add one more. Or can I? How much is this? It's 18. As well. How many is this? 36. Hey, okay. These are starting to level out. Slide, slide, slide. Okay, good. How many is this? 18. How many we got here? Something's interestingly odd. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3. See? Then it's lacking that additional loop. It's causing like legit issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count the point where it becomes the inner eyelid here, see how it's inner eyelid, or also eye socket in a way. This is 5. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. Got one extra loop. So what I remember, I think I did was, I grabbed this one. This is gonna do a lot of headache. So I grabbed the edge loop, bevel, edge. I just did a bevel, edge, because I just want to add another loop. But once I do that, I have to be ultra careful. This I gotta pull, so it doesn't crush in the eyebrow. See, it'll have a nice transition, a nice taper. Control Shift slide, 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 slide. See, slide, slide this back a bit. Grab this, slide a bit, grab all of this, slide, grab this, push up, grab that, push, grab, oh fuck is this? Slide, or maybe I just grab this and this, slide, grab this and this, slide it back so it balances out. See, this is what I mean by the upkeep is critical. And grab this and this, slide, this, slide, this, slide. Oh, it's making the inner eyelid, which is needed. This area is getting too tight. Slide, 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 slide. See how now it's relaxing back to where it should be. Slide, slide, slide. All I'm doing is just trying to make it kind of sort of nice, but also to prevent too much areas that too close. This is going to relax back into the mouth area. Slide and pull, slide, slide. This area, probably just, I don't know, Control Shift right click, surface slide. Red. See where this red goes. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. That red color is gonna be this red. See? Nice. Coming along. This green and this green. What I'm gonna do is this. I don't want to lose this little setup, but I don't want it to be red, meaning this red um, I don't know how to say it. This and this. This needs to go around and down. But this and this are the fuck. Okay. Cut, 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 cut. I'm using a cut tool because I don't want. I have to kind of cheat. I'm gonna leave it here like that for now. Because there's a bit of a screw up on my end for the green and the red. Right, so I'm gonna Control Shift right click, turn off this constraints. Yeah, so I'm just kind of setting it up haphazardly a bit. That's why I didn't want to complete the loop, because it's going to end up making too many lines all at one time and drive me crazy. Anyway, I wonder how many faces I have for the this 29 faces. How many do I have here? $23. Uh-oh. I kinda like this one better though. The nose is more refined. I'm gonna keep it like this. I like this nose better than this nose. See if I can keep it. But I'll just clean it up a bit. So this one might be slightly different. Slide it up, slide it like this, slide it up, slide, 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 slide. Now grab this and this. Maybe I just grab this, and this. Maybe this, and this perhaps, and this. And then maybe I'll grab this, and this. Maybe I'll just leave this alone, just grab this patch. Maybe these. And then shift right click, average. One, maybe. Or not. Okay, never mind, I won't do it. Damn. Just pull a bit. Just gotta do some old school grunt work. Like this area. Slide. That's better. Slide. Slide. Just pull. A lot of it's just having patience and willing to burn through time. Okay, so this part here. There. This fucker has to go up. Surface slide. No. Off. Just forcing it. Okay. This area, yank on it. It's gonna be real messy, but just gotta be patient. There you go. There you go. Okay, good, 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 good. Oh fuck. Maybe I'll grab this. Yeah, no, maybe I'll just. See. If I need to, I'll merge the shit out of this too, if I have to. And then now this, see how since I merged that, this will screw with your head, because you know the brain wants to make more lines, but you make more lines, you have to reshuffle everything, right? And I made this cut. I made this halfway here because I know that I need to make this area, because it defines the quadrant for the chin to the muzzle transition into the cheekbone transition. So that's why I just stopped it there, just as a placeholder to add that extra partial loop, meaning that the green one's gonna connect back into it. Blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna stretch it up here. Maybe I just pull a bit there. Or maybe I just slide it up a bit. Grab this and slide it up a bit. Grab both of those and maybe just pull a bit. Pull a bit. And this guy's gonna come back around. Something's weird. Maybe I'll grab this and this. Maybe I can make use of this extra loop, because it's information that I can use. Yeah. So it's gonna prevent stretching. Pull it down. pull it down. This is gonna ease itself back out. See? Or now I remember some of this. So it's like that, like that. Now this is gonna nicely pull that to a certain extent. This surface slide it down like that. This surface slide it down. Oh shit, maybe I'll grab this and this, edge slide it down, edge slide it down, edge slide it down. Maybe I'll grab this out, let it go outwards so it can make use of the structural mass. See? And this and this. Slide it down. Yeah, I made it too close to each other. Slide. Okay. This yellow one's gonna loop back around itself anyway. See? Blah, 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 blah. So, but going back to this, surface slide it. I'm just freaking forcing it. Blue, red, red. So this red one, I'm gonna let it do this maybe. Here. Yeah. I'm gonna crop it there, so it goes up. So this is the true red. See, this is gonna be the true red, and this extra stuff that I made, alright, is gonna recombine with the green. See, and then this goes bye bye. Now that's green. It's a stupid freaking puzzle. It's a stupid visual puzzle. See? Sometimes you gotta break the rules and just be patient with it. And then have to go back in, do a lot of touch up, cleanup work. Like here. Can't let this slide. You need just to leave it alone. This over here, pull it, because it's gonna make the mouth, this smile line, slide, slide, slide. Then this to this, slide it back. That maybe, grab that. Pull it down, grab that. Slide it a bit. Pull that up a bit. Slide. Slide. Okay. This part is a bit of a nightmare. At least we got the green. Let's see if the green is how many? 14. 15. Fuck. So it means I need one more somewhere where it's stretching. Oof. No. This has to be fixed. Slide. Just grab this balanced out. So the chin, see the little chin where it protrudes out a bit, which is ultra important. The chin area is super important. Okay, I need one more though. I can't add more here. Control 1. All I wanted to do is just slide this way. But I can't see it just enough. Come on. Just pull on it then. Pull. Just pull on it. Okay. How many is that? 20. 12 faces. 12 faces. Right. I'm not gonna screw with this area. Okay. So the mouth area, it loops around like this. It's the mouth muscle and muzzle. When you look at the human anatomy, everything loops back into itself. The actual muscles, it's like a rings. The muscles are shaped like muscular rings. Hence, this is why the edge loops simulate it, and why the edge loops want to come back into itself. Because mechanically, functionally, that's how it works. Alright, I gotta go soon, but something's up here, man. See? Something's weird. Something's missing. I can't figure out what's missing. Oh, here too. Yeah, if I start making this, I think it's gonna start coming together. This part is ultra important. I don't wanna rush too soon. I know I need it. Control Shift slide and squash it. Slide it down now. Gotta be careful. Squash it by sliding it. Sliding it. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's grab this. Control Shift. I remember bringing this up forward a lot too. Yeah. And grab this. Bring it out more. Grab this loop. Bring this out more. Grab this loop. And slide this out. Slide this out. Slide this out. why I'm doing this is that it will help to prevent or help out with the stretching, or the stretching is being forced to help shape it. When I pull out these outer rings, it helps to provide like support so that I don't need to stretch things too much. Makes use of the edge loops to kind of push it outward. Fuck. Alright. Something like this. There. Okay, so that I didn't add more lines, I just worked with what I have. Then I like to go back in, pull it out a bit so it doesn't smash it back in. Just transitions. And pull up a bit, look around, pull this a bit, and pull that out a bit because this is the ridge. Don't want to collapse the ridge of the nose. I also don't want to make it look wobbly. So this balances out nicely. I pull this down because they're getting too tight. This part. See, I'm making full use of it now. There, see? See how it's coming back over here? There you go. Yeah. See? Pull. 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 Slightly different than mine. Slightly. I mean, this is what I would want here, adding this. That time I didn't have enough time to make this. Or see how it's empty? Like I wanted to make this, I just ran out of time, but now it's coming back on its own. And then here, pull. See? Now it's undoing the stretching. Pull. Fucker, come on. Just work with me, man. Pull. Pull down a bit. Down a bit. Grab this to here. Pull. Pull. Just pull. Grab those. Pull it forward. Pull it forward. Just remember pulling these as well. Pull. Pull. Smash it flat. Pull. 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 There you go. Pull. This here is getting super congested, so pull this back. Pull this up, balance this out, balance this out, balance that out, turn, check for any dents. Get rid of the dents. There. So you got that little eyebrow ridge. This area probably can just pull it up a bit. Might need to pull it back later. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Pull it out. This area may pull. There. Pull. Nice. Pull it back so it prevents stretching. Pull. Maybe this pull back too much. Here. How many do I have here? How many is that? 18? This should be blue. See what I mean? Right, see? This is this. See? Ain't that a trip? See? This goes out like that. Like from upside down, maybe. Trying to understand the cheekbone. That. This pulls like that. Maybe this needs to pull back up a bit. Turn. Make sure nothing is poking out too much. This part collapsing a bit much. And then this to this. Slide. This and slide a bit. And then this. Okay. This. The yellow. See? The yellow needs to go down. The yellow needs to go down. See, this is this. Then it goes down, so it goes like this. See? Bam. Bam. Then, see? This. Bam. A little bit fucked up, but whatever. Maybe it's stretched too much. Bam. Poke that out a bit. Maybe just rotate that down. This, maybe I'll pull that out a bit to that and that kind of matches. And then maybe do this a bit, maybe pull that a bit. Pull out a bit so I don't collapse the mouth muzzle. That. Boom. And this to this. Boom. Boom. Then I could just go multi-cut. Bang, 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 bang. Control Shift. Grab this, Control Shift and scale it to kind of scale and slide at the same time. Scaling, sliding and balancing it out. Turn it upside down, see where it's collapsing. Grab these, just puff it out. Grab this, smash it flat. wobbliness, smash it flat. See? This stuff, wobbliness, smash it flat. This to this. And just pull a bit, smash it flat, make it nice lines. Over here it's kind of collapsing on itself. Turn around, come back up. See if everything's okay. Pull. Up. Bang. See how everything's coming together again? It's weird how it just wants to come back into itself. You know, this is not what I'm saying. Is if you look at all the other really like high-end character modeling, it will do that. So this is good. This part needs some massaging, right? But as you can see, it just started coming together. I mean, it's pretty close to what I had. It's actually missing an extra face over here. Forgot where here. But I know that this green strip, how much is that? 14. $15. I know it's gonna play a role probably somewhere here. I just don't know where. I know I'm not gonna add one here. If I add an edge loop here, it's gonna add more on the face. See, if I add an edge loop, it's gonna fuck up this. So, but I know I already have enough over here. But going this way though, going this way, well, it's gonna add more here. I don't know where that is. I'm fucking whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that. And this here, probably could just grab this and this and just fucking like pull that shit up there. And then maybe grab like this and this and just pull this shit up so it prevents any like hard freaking stretching. Sometimes when it, like this area where I want it to move but it's not, what I can do is press D as in David, click on this line where it says align, you'll move it like that, press W to get out, then you pull. What's for super stubborn ones, like this one, click it, press W to get out. It's okay if it's in the middle, it's because it's aligning to that edge. This is fine, this will work, behave nicely. There. This part here, pull down, pull, see, now it's preventing the stretching. Here and here, surface slide, pull, surface slide, pull, surface slide, pull. Control Shift right click, turn it off, pull. There. And this, yeah, see? Boom, 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 boom. And then somewhere here, and then boom. You know what? I'll just freaking merge that. Boom. Bop, bop. Slight subtle differences. And then this, see the pink ones? See? The pink ones, see, instead of a lot of first time or light to moderate experience, they'll go shooting it back this way and just make more lines and just blows up the model. But you have to loop it back down because it will reinforce the curvature of the face. boom, and then maybe like boom, and then boom, 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 and then like boom. Maybe like boom, boom, merge, and then boom, ba boom, ba boom, color code it, boom. See? And then here, grab this, surface slide it up, surface slide it up, and grab this face and just slide it in, grab this edge, slide it in, okay. Now it's losing its mass, turn it off, maybe I'll turn it around, grab, puff it out, slide it in, slide, 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 boom. Maybe this is too much. Slide it back out. And then if this is driving me crazy, I just freaking delete it, you know? Then grab this, target weld, smack it there. Boom. This. Boom. This crazy crap over here, like it'll drive you like nuts. So just grab this and, you know, get rid of it. And see how this other pink one, it too loops back into itself. Multi-cut, boom. Get this, get rid of that. You know. Get this, color it. And then this crazy crap, just merge it. Then you get this, this. Oops. Merge it. Grab this. All the way down to here. Pop out. Color it. I'm coloring more here, but you get the drift. See, it's supposed to come back into itself because it circular, 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 and even this over here too. You know, like you can do something like this or blah blah blah, and then boom, boom. Grab this, and then just backspace. You could grab this and this. Just freaking merge it. Oh, but now this has to be built. And then like what you could do is just get rid of this, get rid of that. Now I can just get this to this, get rid of that, get rid of that. Grab this up to like freaking, I don't know, here. And then just extrude edge. And then just offset out. See? Maybe flare it out locally. Like that. Or not. Maybe just this much. I'll just leave it like that. Then you gotta go back in. Maybe just grab like this, maybe Control Shift right click, average vertices. Maybe set it to 3. Maybe I'll grab this and this. Maybe average those. average it, and then it only works so much, then you gotta just manually go in there, pull, push, pull, pull. Because the skull has its own structure too. Can't collapse the skull. See? Oops, what the hell? Like that. Pull a bit. Pull a bit. Anyway, gotta fix all that. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Hopefully this is helpful. I don't know. Some subtle minor changes here, right? But overall the technique is what I wanted to show, you know? That all comes back together. This part has to be worked out a bit, you know? Shading, use default material. See? This part's looking kind of nasty. Too much lines all at one place, make it look bony and rigid. Probably have to relax it, you know, maybe pull it back. Which is when I say relax it, meaning to pull it back so it doesn't get all stuck next to each other. See, like this. Like that. Which is subtly trying to help. Then you see this stuff here, which I have to come back later and just, you know, touch it up patiently. It's just grunt work. There's no way around it. Boom, boom, like that, like that. Yeah, this part has to be fixed up more. This is why this one here is how spread out it gets. Is to prevent this. I just kind of ran out of time. Let me just check one last thing. The blue stuff. Right. If you look at it like this too, you know, that's the face mask. It goes around like this. 36 faces, exactly 36. Here, I'm just curious. I got 40 faces. So I have a little bit, 4 more faces that I'll need. Where's it coming from? Wait a minute. Oh no, I grabbed this one too by accident. Okay, so how much is that? 34. So I'm missing 2 more faces. I don't know where. I don't have time to study all of it, but I know it's kind of missing. Somewhere here, man. You have to kind of study it. I mean, if you get away, I think that's the reason why somewhere here is stretching, because those lack of 2 faces here and then here on the green, they're supposed to converge and prevent the stretching. Like, I know that for a fact. I just don't know where it is exactly. You'd have to kind of try to figure it out, you know, but I'm just showing you the workflow, right? It's messy and kind of chaotic, but I'm sticking to the plan of the train tracks, because once those train tracks are lost and going off into La La Land, then it's game over. Anyway, that's the best I can do. Okay, bye bye.